dickless naked mole rat Stephen Miller took time out from his micropenis support group earlier this evening to appear on the Will Cain show on Fox News to look like this. And he was completely outraged. Outraged! Outraged! He scorched Democrats for pushing insurrection against Donald Trump's military orders, reading from an article on Mediaite. White House Deputy Chief of Staff and dickless naked mole rat, tiny Nosferatu Nazi Stephen Miller went off on Democratic leaders who called for members of the military and the CIA to, quote, refuse illegal orders from President Donald Trump. Stephen Miller was fuming, and apparently he was also tugging on one of his own nipples when he referred to that as a, quote, a general call for rebellion, close quote, and then he immediately ejaculated into a Kleenex. Dickless naked mole rat Stephen Miller's fiery response came during an appearance on the Will Cain show, C-A-I-N. I've never heard of him. Okay, on Fox News Wednesday afternoon. Quote, it is insurrection, plainly, directly, dickless naked mole rat, tiny Nosferatu Nazi Stephen Miller said, quote, without question, close quote, meaning there is no question. He added a moment later, quote, it's a general call for rebellion from the CIA and the armed services of the United States by Democrat lawmakers, saying that you have not only the right, but the duty and obligation to defy orders from the commander-in-chief. Let me rephrase that because he was so close. He was so close, but he got it wrong because in his left hand, he had his micropenis, and in his right thumb and forefinger, he had one of his nipples and was yanking on it. Let's try that again. It's a general call for rebellion from the CIA and the armed services of the United States by Democrat lawmakers, saying that you have not only the right, but the duty and obligation to defy illegal orders of the commander-in-chief. Illegal orders. Dickless naked mole rat, tiny Nosferatu Nazi Stephen Miller's appearance on Will Cain's program came a day after, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, New York Senator Alyssa Slotkin. Here's what I love about Alyssa Slotkin. She goes on all these programs and says, no, I've never taken a dime from AIPAC, but she's taken hundreds of thousands of dollars from other pro-Israeli lobbying groups, but she can say, I've never taken a dime from AIPAC. And Democrats need to stop being so fucking woke. People who pin the hopes of the Democratic Party on to people like Alyssa Slotkin, I hope that you get stuck in an elevator that stops and the only other person on that elevator with you is like a 400-pound guy named Steve who just ate 4 Chipotle burritos with extra hot sauce. Because he's going to shit his pants. And that's what you deserve. Anyway, Alyssa Slotkin posted a video on Twitter where she and 5 other lawmakers said that, quote, threats to the Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but right here at home, close quote. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alyssa Slotkin is just throwing fire at Republicans and, I don't know, Palestinian children. Who the fuck knows? You can refuse illegal orders. You must refuse illegal orders, said Alyssa Slotkin and 5 other lawmakers as they took turns reading lines from the same statement. What are they going to do next? They're going to sit down and write sternly worded letters with Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and Richie Torres. The other Democrats in the video were Representative Chris Deluzio, never heard of him, Representative Maggie Goodlander, never heard of her, Representative Jason Crow, I've heard of him, Representative Chrissy Houlahan, never heard of her, and Senator Mark Kelly. I think that Mark Kelly, I could be wrong on this. Somebody fact check me on this, please. The first or second week of June, when genocidal baby killing maniac Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu visited the White House and then went to Congress. I could be wrong, but I feel like Mark Kelly was one of the Democrats who absolutely clamored to get into a photo with Bibi Netanyahu. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Who knows? But anyway, Stephen Miller, just to recap, took time out this evening from his micro-penis support group to go on the Will Cain show on Fox News and scream and yell. I mean, Stephen Miller tries to be a non-cuck alpha male, MAGA Republican man. A couple of people wrote mean things about Stephen Miller on the sidewalk in front of his house in chalk, sidewalk chalk that children use. And Stephen Miller was so fucking terrified, he wet his pants, he shit his pants, allegedly, and then grabbed his entire family and fled from their $3.7 million home in Alexandria, Virginia. He and his entire family fled their $3.7 million home because somebody wrote something mean about dickless, naked mole rat, tiny Nosferatu, Nazi Stephen Miller on the sidewalk in front of their home with chalk. Currently, they live in military housing on a military base because Stephen Miller is a gigantic fucking pussy. Again, I apologize for using that word. I don't want to use the C word because I'm not Australian. I'm not sure what the best alternative to that word is, but Stephen Miller, the dickless, naked mole rat, tiny Nosferatu, who took time out from his micro-penis support group tonight to go on Fox News, is the biggest fucking pussy I've ever encountered in my entire fucking life. Have you ever seen a grown-ass adult man who is more of a quivering, simping little bitch than Stephen Miller? Stephen Miller is a crybaby and a simping little bitch.